Hi everyone, welcome to Hedgehog Hollow. Today is a viewer requested tip. So if you have a tip, you can drop those in the comments below. If you maybe need a tip, a trick, a tutorial, maybe something you're struggling to store in your craft gym, you can put all those requests in the comments below. But one of our viewers wanted to know foolproof ways to stick down cardstock without getting wrinkles. Now I have a few of those and I have 4 ways you can do that easily. So let's dive in. I pre-cut just some pieces of scrap cardstock and I'm going to show you some different ways you can do that. So one way you can do it is with the Nouveau Smooth Precision pen. I love working with these. You may have seen when I do detailed die cuts, I use the wide one. It comes in 3 different nibs and there's a couple of different ways you can do it. It depends on the paper I'm using. For something like thick cardstock, I would just do lines like this, and then I would stick it down. If I had more delicate paper, things more like a cotton paper, maybe a vellum, I would just do dots. And then I'm not going to get any wrinkles. You'll be amazed how some little dots like that are going to stick things down. You're going to give it a nice press, give it a burnish over, and then you're going to leave it for a minute or 2 and it's going to stick down nicely. But you can see no wrinkles, nothing is showing through. That works really, really well. So that's method number 1. Perfect. Method number 2 is a tape runner. So again, another one of my favorite methods. And again, you're going to think about the paper you're gluing down. If I'm gluing down a cardstock, I can use lots of a tape runner. I like the new Nuvo one. I like the funky tape runner. I think it's a great price point. Whoops, this one's nearly run out on me. But you can get refills for these. I have another one in my drawer ready to go. So if I'm going to be using a more delicate paper, I'm just going to use dabs like this. So again, you're going to think about the paper that you're using. There is also a great one for vellum. It's called the W+. And this is the only tape runner I recommend using on your vellum. You do not see this, but again, you're going to use tiny bits. You're just going to add dabs like this. You can see that's just a tiny piece, less than 1/4 of an inch, almost down to the 1/8 of an inch. But again, you just add a tiny bit, you pop it down, you give it a burnish, and it's done, ready to go. So again, no wrinkles, but always think about the type of paper. If I'm using a thin scrapbook paper, I'm going to use smaller pieces and then keep going all the way along. That's method number 2. Another one of my favorites is my Nouveau Deluxe adhesive, because I can use this on chipboard, I can use it on scrapbook paper, I can use it on vellum, I can use it on my cotton papers, I can use it on fabric and metal, all those kinds of things. Again, think of your material though. So if I'm using a cardstock like this, I can use more than if I'm using, say, something a little bit more delicate. So again though, I always like working with dots, and this has a super fine tip on it, so I can get really nice small dots. So I like to go with the dot method. I'll put a few more smaller dots on and then off I go. So I'll just put a few dots on like this, pop it down like this. If I ever do get a wrinkle, particularly with a liquid adhesive, grab yourself a brayer. Brayer over it quickly and you'll find a lot of those wrinkles will come out. But again, that's going to be nice and smooth and stick down. Now my final method again is a tape option. So for this one, I grabbed my Elizabeth Craft tear tape. This is one of my favorite tear tapes. And I'm going to show you a quick trick when working with tear tape. So you're going to go around your item like this, and you just tear when you get to each corner. You just pop your nail down and pull. And then what you're going to do is you're going to take your craft pick like this, and you're not going to pull off all the way. You're going to pull back and you're going to crease. And you're going to do the same. And a craft pick is going to make your life so much easier with this technique. You're going to pull back and fold. And the same. Pull and fold. And pull and fold. Now the reason I do this is when I grab my cardstock, I don't have huge amounts of glue exposed, and it creates these little feet, so my cardstock stands up. My cardstock's not sticking directly, so I can kind of, move it around, make sure I've got the right area, it's in the right place. And then when I'm ready, I push in the center. Okay, so I'm ready, I push in the center, it goes to the right place. I stick my 4 pieces down, and then, she says, she just grabs out her little tabs. And then I stick these pieces down. So then you just kind of flick your piece back and you pull out your tabs. So that's when you make your commitment. And that gives you your nice smooth piece. So there you are, 4 methods. Tear tape, tape runners, depending on what your preference is, and I'll link that one for vellum because I know how hard it is to find the perfect vellum, your Nuvo Deluxe adhesive, and your smooth precision pans. For me, you can use all of those, but always think about what you're using. If you're using a delicate paper, you're going to use less adhesive. Go with that dot method. You'll find you get far less ripples. If you do get a ripple, quickly grab your brayer, pop it down. It's worth keeping just a small brayer in your stash, and I'll link my favorite one in the description below. It's actually a Ranger one from the Ranger Gel Press collection. I'll pop that in the description for you too. And if you're a Channel Perks member, of course, you can save a ton of money on all this Elizabeth Craft things and the Tonic things and the Ranger things, because they're all part of our Channel Perks program. And if you're not a Channel Perks member, you are missing out on some amazing savings for all of your crafty purchases. Hit that join button to find out more, or use the link in the video description. Everything I've mentioned here will also be linked in the description for the supply list. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button and ring the bell. Find out more about becoming a Perks member too. And give us a thumbs up if you enjoyed today's tip. If you need a tip, as I say, comment below with what you would like us to feature in a future video. And I will see you again tomorrow for another fun video of a tip, trick, tutorial, technique, maybe something else. I'll see you again very soon. Happy stamping, everyone. Bye.